This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we are out here hooking you up with the best when it comes to guests. And today we have another special guest. So, guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Susan Kamene. I'm a makeup artist, freelance makeup artist based here in Nairobi, Kenya.
So, if we just go straight into it, when did your journey of fashion and beauty start?
I'd say mostly beauty. Fashion, not really, I try. But I started back in 2014 where I quit a corporate job to follow my dreams and passion. I've always had passion in makeup and beauty, and I think I got influenced a lot by my mom when she was really young. She used to love makeup. So I grew up seeing her doing her makeup. I grew up seeing makeup stuff all over the place. So I think she's one person who really influenced me to pursue this dream.
How was it at that time? You are leaving a corporate job to follow your passion. I just want to know the reception uh, among your friends and relatives. Like, was it positive, or how was it at that time?
It was more of shocking. Most people were shocked because it was a time where most of my age mates were applying for jobs. Some of them had just landed some of their jobs, and here I am quitting because it was a time where, look for a job, work for about 20, 25 years, and then retire, and then do business. But for me, I just decided it wasn't something really, really planned. It was very random. And I just felt the need of going to an office too monotonous for me. I just wanted something different every day, something that I love doing. So it was a bit shocking to most of my friends, very, very shocking. But the support I got from my family, especially my parents, and my sibling, they were like, just go ahead. There's nothing wrong with just doing what you love, which I think propelled me to continue doing what I do till today.
There's usually a very big, like for guys who are starting out, they in business, the issue is usually starting capital. So for you, maybe in terms of starting capital, where did you get your starting capital?
Actually, I didn't even have money. Like I mentioned, it wasn't planned. It's not something that I had planned. You know, the way you can have a plan and plan for something, do your research. I just had done my few research, but I didn't have the money. So I remember I reached out to a very close childhood friend who helped me with the capital to start off. And then when the bees picked up, that's when I managed to repay this particular friend. But capital, I had to borrow money.
Are you self-taught, or maybe you went to school, somebody trained you to be a makeup artist, or it's just maybe you were curious, you used the internet to learn what you know now?
Yes, I am self-taught. Actually, I use the internet to learn because those days I used to be in the office. I was mostly on YouTube. There was this particular Hollywood, not really Hollywood, a US-based makeup artist who used to upload so many tutorials, her makeup tutorials. So that's where I learned so many skills from her. And then after that, I would practice the same on my face or to my close friends at that time.
Yeah.
So I learned
And
from the internet. Yeah.
so, like, you are now starting out, and I just want to know, like, during that time when you're starting out, you are not famous, you don't even have a reputation. So how is it looking for clients at a time when you are not that known? People maybe don't even trust what you are doing.
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. So, fortunately, I had a very close college friend of mine that we were still friends even after college. He's called Marvin Obaga. I can't talk about this without mentioning him. He was in the entertainment industry here in Kenya at that time. and he was filming. He was shooting lots of music videos at that time, and he was also starting out, but he had a few connections here and there. So anytime he would get a music video shoot or any function or anything that needs a makeup artist, he would recommend me. So I remember I did makeup for some of our local artists, and a few from Tanzania, a few from Nigeria, and one from, I can't remember his name. You know, this Bongo, not Bongo, Congolese French speaking artist. Yes. So I think, you know how no, I don't, should I say Kenyans, or do you know how when you associate yourself with certain personalities, people start, people want to associate themselves with you. And I think that also helped me to get other clients, because people would see, because I would post on my Facebook page. That time Facebook was a thing. Uh, so I had a Facebook page, so I would post my work. I've worked with this artist, I've done makeup for this artist, and I think that's now when people would reach out to me. They're like, "Oh, you're doing makeup?" Because I remember the first 6 months I used to do music videos until 1 year later. That's when I started doing weddings, photo shoots, um, baby showers, and all that. So for me, I'd say it's the help through a friend, and then the personality that I worked with helped build my name and my image as well.
So you see, it's another thing to, it's one thing to get gigs, and it's another thing to retain your clients. So you are talking about these opportunities you are getting. And just as I've said, the issue is not usually getting the opportunity. The issue is retaining these opportunities. So what did you do to make guys believe in what you are doing, so that they can even call you the next time, so that you can even now build a reputation now?
I'd say what has helped me maintain that is being consistent in your work in terms of your skill. Every time I would try and be better. At the same time, what helped me maintain some clients is just being professional, having the right attitude, being clean, because I'm dealing with people's faces, and these are some of the things people, they look small, but to some they send a very huge message. So just being professional, um, following up on feedback, wanting to know like how my work is. I used to follow up a lot, so that and following up on and positive criticism, so that I know, okay, this is not right, this is how you should do it. I'd say just being professional, having the right attitude as well, being kind to your clients, being patient, being clean, and also just maintaining also a good image even when you're out there, you know.
Another thing, you've just talked about dealing with some of Kenyan artists, and you know, when dealing with artists is usually very crazy sometimes in terms of payment, because maybe they have the management. Sometimes an artist has a director, and now you do not even know who will pay you. So have you ever been in such positions whereby you do not know whether, if we are shooting a video, you do not know whether to go for payment to the video director, to the artist himself, or to the manager? How do you deal with that?
Thank you for bringing that up. So that is what I will say. That's the character development that I went through. I'm telling you, in this industry, especially in the entertainment industry, you will meet all sorts of characters. We have people who are very professional, and we have people who are just very weird characters. So at that time, I was, I was still learning. I was still naive. This is something very new to me. There's no one, I didn't even have a mentor. I just knew how to do makeup. I just love doing makeup. But there's small things that I didn't know. But I like the fact that I went through that, because sometimes you have to go through some things so that you can know what to do the next step or how to avoid them. But yes, I met people where you find you're working with a totally different director, or an editor calls you in for a job, then they tell you. I never used to ask for down payment because I used to trust people so much. So someone tells you, oh, we're having a shoot tomorrow. Are you available? Then you ask them, how much will you guys pay me? How many people will I be doing makeup? And then you ask them, when are you going to pay? They tell you, immediately you're done with the shoot, we'll pay you. And then it becomes another story. You start following up on payments. Others pay late, others don't even pay at all. But I think I've had, just in my 7 years in the experience, I think one or two scenarios where I never ever I followed up on the payments, and I got tired. Then we have those who pay you upfront even before you show up. There are those who say, or I'll pay you half and then half once you're done. There are those who like keep their word. But now that I went through that, I know how to avoid such situations. I insist on a down payment, 50%, and then the balance once I'm immediately done. If there's a contract that I need to sign, the better.
What's your experience with clients who have crazy demands?
Yes, they're there. They're there. And that's why I was telling you, you need to also have the right attitude. I forgot to mention also patience. With such clients, you need to be very patient. You need to be very kind. Even when you're trying to oppose certain things, you have to still keep it professional and very kind at the same time. Yes, we have clients who have, like in my experience, I meet clients who are my complexion, but they want to look slightly lighter, like 2 shades lighter. They don't want to look, they're dark skinned, but they want to look lighter. So there I'm torn in between, do what the client wants, or do what a professional makeup artist should do. So at that time, you just have to like find a way, you just find a way just to explain it to a client. But yes, I have clients who have, or you have a client who has crazy demands and the pay is way too little. They've bargained their brains out. And then you having Beyonce demands, but the budget, they're not matching. Yes, they're there.
When you look back from when you started and right now, talk about some of the things that even when you're seated there, these are like they are your achievements. When you look at yourself, maybe you are very proud of yourself, maybe working with somebody you had never even dreamed of working, maybe getting a gig that um like it really meant a lot to you. So just talk about some of the things you can look back and they are your achievements.
I am grateful for 2016. I won at that time. I think I was 2 years into the industry because I started in 2014. Yeah, 2 years in, I managed to win an award at, was it Kenya Glamour Awards? Yeah, Kenya Glamour Awards. It was their second edition. They didn't continue, but I said at the end of the day, I got the Artist of the Year, which I never thought I would win such an award at a very short time because I was very, very fresh and new in the industry. And then I don't know if you know a fashion critique called Annabelle Onyango. Annabelle Onyango, there's a time she was being interviewed with CNN on the segment of, she was being featured at African Voices, and she wanted me to do her makeup. So definitely I appeared on the footage. I wasn't talking, but I was there doing her makeup. So just appearing on CNN with their logo, that thing really, really, I think that's my biggest highlight I hope many more will come, but just appearing on the screen and with the CNN logo really, and the African Voices logo, that did really, really melt my heart. And those are some of the things that really get me through to continue what I do. Also, I managed to train some models on Miss Tourism Kenya. I did one in Nyamira County and another one in Kisii. So just training runway models is something I never thought I would find myself doing. So that one is one achievement that I'm really, really proud of. And also, you know, rubbing shoulders with some international artists that I never thought I would meet. The likes of Ferregola. Ferregola, there's a time he was in Nairobi, he was filming a music video with Victoria Kimani. And just being the main makeup artist doing his makeup. Also, I got to meet the likes of Vanessa D. I have always liked her music, and I did her makeup so many times to the point anytime she was in Kenya, I would do her makeup. Sauti Sol as well, one of my favorite Kenyan artists as well. I did some of their makeup in their music videos, about 2 or 3 videos. I met also a Nigerian artist, what's his name? Ianya from Nigeria as well. I did his makeup. He was doing a collaboration with Sauti Sol. So yeah, some people I never thought I would meet like face to face, but through my work I get to meet them, and I'm really, really, those are things I'm genuinely proud of myself.
Yeah, so also just from experiencing all of these things, I also want you to talk about lessons that you have learned, and these it's just geared towards maybe for guys who are starting out, and what can you just teach them about this industry, what they can look out for, what they can consider when entering this business?
My number one lesson is do not burn bridges. That one I learned the hard way. There are certain people also in my experience that we were not in good terms, and things ended up really, really bad. And at some point I look back and regret. I'm like, no, you shouldn't have burned that bridge. You should have just, you know, be calm, find a way to reason with these people. But yeah, do not burn bridges. You just don't know who you'll meet, when you'll need that person 2, 3 years later. So, and in the wake of saying do not burn bridges, it comes along, please do not have an ego, do not be too proud, just be humble, like be very, very humble. At the same time, another lesson is separating uh, finances. Money management has been one lesson that I think I'm learning till now. Just separating your personal needs and investing and saving and all that. So I think those are my 2 main lessons that I learned. And the second one I'm still learning.
Yeah. So as we are finishing up, I just want you maybe to highlight maybe your future projects, where you really want to get to as a makeup artist, things like those things that you're looking up to in your life and your career.
I'm really looking forward to working with big brands, makeup brands, but not only mostly makeup, but even skin, because makeup and your skin, they go hand, they go in together. So I really, really look forward to the day where I'll be approached by brands. And sometimes when I say that, necessarily you don't also have to sit and wait. And right now, even as you speak, if I'm to show you my email, you laugh. But it's something I don't feel bad talking about. Approaching brands as well is also not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with asking. There's nothing wrong with sending proposals. So I send also proposals to some brands, not only here in Kenya, anything that has to do with makeup. I look forward to the day where I'll just be working with brands, talking about their products, associating myself with their products, trying out their products, giving reviews on their products. I'm also looking forward to where I'll get to a point I can be in a panel of maybe beauty judges, or where people hire you and ask you to talk about beauty and give your own judgment on maybe upcoming makeup artists or anyone who is interested with beauty. Then I really, really hope also I'll travel. I really want to travel this world, but in regards to what I do, you know. even if it's attending beauty conferences or big beauty events, just travel the world and just show people, like, to embrace beauty. And the beauty industry is now making is worldwide now. It's not just a small thing now. It's such a big thing. And I think it contributes big time also to the world's economy. So we are a big deal. So we need to be respected.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed the chat, and next till we meet next time.
Thank you.